Hello there, beautiful internet and you superb creatures of the beyond. Now, where were we? Ah yes, scavenging like little chipmunks that we are in Underrail. Now, this place is quite amazing. It is a bit complex and easy to get lost into, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite awesome. Now, we won't be able to enter here. They will shoot us on sight. So as you can see, we can't use any of this. So we are stuck. When I played the game many years ago, the stealth was way overpowered and you could do some crazy things around cameras and so on. But they have patched it quite well. They balance it very nicely. Let's see if we can get inside here. Oh, hello there, Delma. She has pretty flowers. A middle-aged woman wearing glimmering metal armor gets up from behind her desk and stands up to meet her guest. She looks at you, lifting her slightly wrinkly eyelids to reveal experienced eyes that haven't lost much intensity since her younger days. Her voice, on the other hand, is already one step inside the grave, for it is heavy and low-pitched, sounding as if there is some weight on her vocal folds, which pushes the voice down into the lower range. Good day, sir. My name is Delma Ward, and I am the warden of the Foundry prison. Who might you be? I'm Eros. I'm pleased to meet you. Hello, Eros. Well, Eros, what can I do to help you? Can you tell me about this place? You mean Foundry? Well, I don't know, amigo. I'm a prison warden, and most of the time I'm making sure murderers, thieves, and other criminals stay locked up or do their community service. It's always the bad side of Foundry I see and deal with on the daily basis. On the other hand, if you ask the miners and the same question, they'll tell you about injury and death in the mine and dangers of working there, especially now with the infestation of some very aggressive creatures. The life in Foundry from their perspective. Hell, that sounds depressing, she smiles. There are positive sides too. The mining business brings in a lot of money and goods, and Foundry is one of the safest places to live in the South Underrail, thanks to the Foundry Guard. So there's a lot of positives too. Well, aside from the fact that the pollution is killing you. I see you like growing flowers. Yes, I do. Say, what do you think of them? They're beautiful. Flowers are rare in general, let alone as exquisite as this. Thank you very much. I find it very relaxing to have flowers in the office, amigo. When I feel the need to unwind, I still down and observe them in all their beauty. I enjoy the wonderful colors and that are missing from the world around us. I simply watch them in silence, nothing else. My works of art. A smile escapes her for a brief moment. Oh, that's very deep. And during that time, while I'm relaxing in my office, all is well. Then something brings in a guy who killed his brother with a jackhammer. A signal it's time to get back to work. I swear, people just get more and more violent these days. I thought you said it's the safest place. What do you know? Do you know anything about these mine creatures? Well, the Foundry Guard is on high alert right now because of those things. Apparently, miners came in contact with some unknown species of violent creatures, and for safety reasons, the mine has been temporarily closed. My advice to you, amigo, would be to avoid going near the mine and generally stay close and to armed personnel until the situation has been resolved. There have been reports of violent killings in the residential area, and the creatures Would be responsible. Eye open. Eyes open. Got it? Tell me about the prison. This prison is so secure no one's ever managed to escape from here. Not even tried. Everyone knows how any such attempt will end. Well, there was a riot several years ago. Unsuccessful, of course, but other than that, nothing. Foundry prides itself with being a station of justice. All prisoners go through a fair trial. Something which is rarely performed nowadays, amigo. Usually it's you seem guilty. Boom! Next, please. Sad but true. Oh, that's such a sneaky line. Those who end up here usually do community service, which includes mining and other types of work. Can you tell me more about the community service? Sure, I can, amigo. All prisoners are required to perform community service jobs. Since Foundry revolves around mining, all who are physically capable of such work are sent to the mine. It's like a regular job, only you get paid less. Actually, you don't get paid at all. Those who are not able to work inside the mines, we find something for them. It all depends on their previous skills, physical fitness, and other factors. All in all, we never have problems with prisoners outside the prison. They know they couldn't outsmart and escape the Foundry Guard anyway, so no one ever bothers trying. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, so there is a door over here. Usually it's very easy to miss. But this is a very cool shop. And you can steal from here and so on, but I'm not gonna chase that through. West. You see a thin man soldering some components onto a copper-colored circuit board. He doesn't immediately notice you, which gives you a few moments to observe him. His dark hair is streaked with aluminium gray strands. His wrinkles form ravines in his face, and his hands are only steady when the soldering iron meets the board. Yet, some strange and subtle signs give you the feeling that this man is somehow younger than he appears, but you are unable to pinpoint exactly why. Your thoughts are interrupted when he notices you. Oh, welcome to my electronics store, friend. Name's George West. You ought to say something, cause he calls. I can't help you if I don't know why you're here. He smiles. What can you tell about this place? It takes a few moments to produce an answer. I don't know. Foundry is a large station with rich mines. We're pretty well known as the station with the best defense in the South Underrail. The Foundry Guard makes sure of it. Okay, now give me the other side of the truth. He lets out a breath of long sigh. The air pollution. It is really bad, friend, he calls. See what I mean? My nose, throat, and lungs are slowly being eroded by the foulness of the air, just like nearly everyone else sees. I pity those working in the mine, or those sweating in the metalworks, and I am thankful I'm not in their boots. But I get to have my own store without any racketeering anyone, which used to be the case before I moved here. So this is my life now. Whether I made the right choice or not, I suppose the future will tell me that. Any more questions, friend? What do you know about the creatures? Nothing. It doesn't concern me. Every problem we've had so far in the Foundry was quickly handled by the Foundry guards. I dislike this place for many reasons, he quotes, this pollution being one of them. But I can't deny the security here is top-notch. Everyone's blabbering about these monsters and how they are sneaking into residential and killing people. As long as there isn't one in my store, I don't care. But that's just my opinion, friend. Let's see what you have. So he has some nice electronics. Not the highest ones at the moment, at least, but he has an abundance of them. So if you're interested to do some, well, batteries are. Oh, he has the greater fusion cell. Although this one is a bit. It's funny because plasma cell is less weight. No. So plasma cell is 10. This one is 0.10. So a greater fusion cell is 1.5, but it has 500 energy, while this one has 200. Mm. But in my opinion, it's better to go with the plasma cells rather than the greater fusion cell because you would outperform this with 0.3 kilograms in comparison to 1.5, which is 500. So in my opinion, plasma cells wins over greater fusion cells. Although fusion cells, this is a nuclear fusion battery, house as much as a bigger core than a regular fusion cell. Typically wants to charge vehicles and large machinery. So I think fusion cells are put on ski jets or other stuff. But plasma cells are the way to go. So if I would recommend anything is to, well, later on we will replace most batteries with plasma cells. Even though they are more expensive. 3, 4, 5, yeah, they're double. Well, almost double, but yeah. Actually, they are double, but yeah. We'll go with those eventually. But for now, we have more than enough. Just close your door. Now, let's see. This one is somebody's house. We're not interested of going in there just yet, unless we have to turn a bit invisible so the guard here doesn't notice us. So I find it kind of curious that people say, hey, well, where did that guy go, huh? Sure, we can't. Luck picking. Well, it's not for us. Probably some oddity resides in there. Who knows? We don't know. Snap. Actually, let's just see. Can we open this door? Nah. I think none of the doors can be opened. Oh, my mistake. Well, in this case, let's wait for him to go away. And now let's try to go here quickly. Hop, 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 hop. Interesting. But there's nothing inside. What the hell? This is kind of sad. Probably one of these guys' homes. We can sneak in there. There's another torch guy here. Too close. Nope. Not a chance. Okay. Let's see what we have in these barrels. Interesting. I shouldn't have taken that. Let's... Actually, I'm gonna take this. Sadly, the doors kind of blend in hard with the wall, so it's difficult to see what to open. It's not... You have to pay close attention or just zoom in quite a bit. Otherwise, it's gonna be... Oh, there's another door over there. Let's try this one. Nu. Nessun șans. This one doesn't seem to be owned by anyone, so let's just go in. Interesting. So I can lower ourselves down this path. Oh, an oddity. Ah, damn it. Caltrops. Now, caltrops are good, but they're just too heavy for us, and that's why I don't want to carry them anymore. Locked, of course. Oh, can just exit here? Can we... Oh, this is not a shell? Then... let's take a bit of a spacing between us and them. Now let's try to see if this opens. No. Well. Awesome, then what do you have to tell us? There was a door over here. There's one over here and one over here. We'll check them after we go over here, I suppose. I don't think there are any more doors. And we can't jump over that. Anyway, then you see a man leaning on a rusty fence. Judging by his appearance, he seems to be one of the foundry guards. But unlike the others, his watchful eyes seem more concerned with evaluating passing women and is trying to catch a sign of unlawful behavior. He straightens up upon seeing you approach him, coming up just taller than average, picks up his rifle, which was almost placed against the fence, and offers a friendly, informal greeting. Hey man, how's it going? I suppose if you're a girl, he might have a different conversation with you. Who knows? Never played as a girl in this game. You seem pretty laid back in comparison to the other guards. He chuckles. You got me there. It might surprise you, but being a guard in the foundry is very, very boring job. You gotta stand around all day, breathe this damn polluted air, and worst of all, you have to be nice to people. It sucks. I just wanna shoot things. It's that simple. The outer perimeter patrols at least get to fight something, but in here, absolutely nothing interesting happened. What about all those creatures that attack the mines? Ah, yes. I was so happy about the whole affair, cause I thought I was finally going to shoot some stuff, you see? But no, there's this large beast that's impervious to bullets and other stuff. The mayor told our chief to order everyone not to engage the creature any longer and retreat back. We have to think about it, discuss it, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've heard a few things about this beast. Can you tell me more about it? He looks around and leans closer. You see, we're not allowed to talk about all this stuff publicly, but since I don't really care about the rules and because I'm freaking bored as hell, here goes. You see, everybody heard of the smaller creatures, the ones that looked like kind of like spiky rocks with 4 legs and ugly snouts. Well, those things are got a bigger, better brother that's so heavily armored it makes our guns feel like toys. The damn thing is completely impervious to bullets. Now everyone and their mother is wetting their pants. The higher-ups are taking their sweet time discussing what to do next. Hoppers. Back in my day, my pals and me would take on anything. Man, beast or both, we had the freaking guts. You know, don't think, just jump in the fight. But these guys in Foundry hoppers, I tell you. You mentioned some plans of yours. Yeah, well, back in the day I used to be part of this bandit gang from Core City. Hey, life was tough. A man's got to make a living somehow. And if that includes relieving people of excess Karens, then well, anyway, we were all very young and fearless. We had the guts to fight anything and anyone. Unfortunately, many of us got killed because we had more guts than brains, but I miss the mentality. It was fun. Well, you see, you seem to have done better than the others. Yeah, but it wasn't for my. If it wasn't for my best friend, I'd probably be decomposing in some ditch by now. Him and we used to be so close, like eyeballs. Bad comparison, sorry. The point is, we are very close, and we got into much troubles together. Thankfully, we always pulled through. Who is this man? Gorsky was his name. He was this big, strong bastard, tough as hell. You know, no nonsense kind of guy. Who'd punch you in the face and break your every bone in it if you even looked at him the wrong way. He makes a brief pause. Damn, it's been like 13 years or so since I last saw him. I heard somewhere that he later went to Southgate Station. I miss the bastard. This place is so damn boring. You heard right. He did move to SGS. I took come from there and have had the pleasure of meeting the man. Well, I'll be darned, he laughs. This is incredible. How's my old pal holding up? From what you told me, I say he hasn't changed one bit. He laughs. I'm so glad the man hasn't changed. He used to be a beast, you know? You know, man, when you see him again, tell him that Dan 40, said hi. He'll recognize the name right away, unless his memory went to hell after all these years. But nah, even if he did, he wouldn't forget his old pal. Can you tell me an interesting story about you and Gorsky? Why not? It's not like I'm busy, he laughs. Okay, listen up. This one's from more than 10 years ago, he chuckles. The good old days. As I already mentioned, Gorsky and I used to be part of the same gang. Life was decent with those guys. We had the skills, had the courage, and because of that, we had a bit of money in our pockets. So one day we were on the prowl in the vicinity of Core City when we ran into the rival gang's patrol, the Black Crawlers. We'll meet those guys later. We used to be the biggest, baddest gang in Core City, and even that little patrol seemed like an army in comparison to the few of us. The first shot were instantly fired, and the very first one ended up blowing our point man's brain to smithereens. Poor guy. All of us got behind cover, exchanged fire with them for a while, and soon all Gorsky and I remained breathing from our group. Bullets were flying all over the place, grenades exploding around us. It was pure chaos. A dozen of them damn crawlers were still alive, and they were slowly approaching our position. They started to surround us and make things worse. We were running low on ammo. That's when Gorsky got mad. Oh, you should have seen that angry face, he laughs. He took his last grenade, threw it in their general direction, and then charged them. They couldn't believe that they were witnessing. He had this maniacal grin that would scare a lurker into becoming a fungivore. Fungivore! And started mowing down our enemies. Of course, I couldn't just let him have all the damn fun. I stormed there too, and together we started annihilating everything that moved. I screamed from the top of my lungs while emptying my magazine into those poor fools. Just bra-ta-ta-ta-ta, and anyway, soon enough, Gorsky was out of ammo, but that didn't stop him from killing people. He punched them, stabbed them, and yelling at them until he found one measly guy behind the cover whose teeth he smashed with the butt of his own empty gun and then slit his throat with a knife. That guy ended up being the only son of the crawler's leader, and his death would later cause us to a lot of trouble, but that's a whole different story. Ooh, man. All in all, soon after I fired my last shot, I heard the last crawler released his dying groan. After a moment, once we realized it was indeed all over, Gorsky approached me, still breathing heavily, all covered in blood. Then he said, I remember it clearly. He said, we need to bring more bloody bullets next time. We barely make it out last part of the sentence due to him bursting in laughter. Oh man, it was all so crazy. To this day, I have no idea how he survived against such slim odds. Well, just the two of us, at least. That's amazing. You had to be there, man. You had to be there to fully experience the carnage, he laughs. Those were the days. Again, tell Gorsky I said hi the next time you see him. Great guy this then. Of course, a bit psychotic, but nice. And as we can see, they're part of the security force, so doesn't mean they're all that bad. Gotta move on. See ya. I love the dialogue in this game. Just freaking awesome. Huh. Interesting. And the architecture is... You see, in a game, usually they kind of try to pack everything, hide a little thing there, hide a little thing out there. But here, they kind of create these empty dead ends, and this gives you the impression that, hey, this is a lived place. Not everything has to be occupied, but sometimes things serve a purpose, sometimes they don't. But they exist in this world, they are part of it, so the whole place feels natural. It's like you walking on a street and then going into a back alley. There's nothing there, or it could be something there. It's always a surprise, and that's coolio. Okay, let's try this door though. Let's see if we can check the door. Oh, there's a commoner here, my mistake. And let's save. Hey. Ocho. Locked, of course. Ooh, 100. Oh, my mistake. Why do I have the feeling that I could talk to these commoners? Hello, I'm new in this station. My hands are covered in clothes. Interesting. Yeah, and the conversation, the little snippets of conversation are cool. Pretty much everything tastes different around here. Food, water, medicine, costs. So it's cool that you have this, like everywhere. So many people die here all the time. Maybe that's why a lot of people here seem so hostile. Every station, everywhere you go, these conversations are so cool. Avoid the slums. Yeah, sometimes you can find interesting things. Some folks say old Mike was killed and eaten by some people from the slum nest. Interesting. Little snippets of info. Now here we have Mazer, which is a tough old bastard. You see a stout middle-aged man butchering a pig, poor piggy. You observe the motions he makes with each cut and notice how every single one is performing with great ease and accuracy, reflecting years and years of experience. After a few moments, the man puts his knife aside and wipes his hands clean. After that, he turns to you with a slight smile. Then begins speaking in a baritone voice of unusual warmth with just a hint of huskiness into it. Why, hello there. I haven't seen you around here before. I'm Kirk Messer, the local butcher. As you can probably see, he laughs. What do you need? What can you tell me about the foundry? I'm guessing I don't need to say anything about the pollution, because you can experience that for yourself. Yeah, a piece of advice. Be careful what you eat. Drink and remember to wear your respirator so the foul air doesn't slowly kill you It's like smoking, your throat is the first thing to go after a while. And then, depending on your luck, your health slowly leads down to the same tunnel. Ooh. Yet, some people live here despite all that. Well, you lose one of the front, but win on several others. The iron mine brings in a lot of money to Foundry, and people like money. He laughs. I laugh as well, yeah. Also, the Foundry Quart keeps us safe from iron heads. And yeah, the iron heads are quite tough, it seems. And we've never had any other raider jackasses penetrate the outer perimeter. Since I moved here, I literally forgot what it's like to live in fear from the raiders. Ah. And despite this fact, the crime rate has gone up in the last few months. I still feel perfectly safe. What's the quality of your meat you're offering here? Let's put it this way. He cuts a piece of meat on the cutting table and shows it to you. Just look at this color on this of this one. Smell it. I don't sell muck. This is fresh and quality meat. It's if you're worried about the foundry pollution problems affecting the meat quality, don't be. Master eats a raw piece of meat he just showed you. Mmm, good stuff. See, I'm eating it raw. That's how confident I am in its quality. So yeah, I think that damn raw should be enough proof. Purchase your meat here and you're golden. How do you feel about those mine creatures? Well, I don't like them. I think that should be obvious. They've killed miners and foundry guardsmen and are responsible for the temporary closing of the mine. But if we put all aside for a moment, I often wonder what they taste like. If their meat is edible and tastes at least somewhat good, I could become the only one who can offer the unique meat in the whole South Underrail. Get your rocky steaks of messes, yeah. Messer drifts off for a moment, obviously thinking about his hypothetical future. He becomes aware of what he is doing, though, and looks at you again. Anyway, what can I offer you? Well, so far, nothing we might want. This one, what did bacon and cheese sandwich just to consume. Increase. It's like bacon. I love that. Increase maximum health by 20. Well, if you're low on constitution, well, I am low on constitution, but then again, I'm not that much of a glass cannon. I can take some hits. But I suppose this is good. Maybe it's even worth it to put on a high constitution as well if you are going against a situation where it's about staying alive longer than an opponent and taking all the hits. Unusual hook. Oh, that does look like an interesting thing. Though, can I open this door? That is a curious part. If it's locked, well, we're out of luck. We can. Oh, I could have jumped here. Is this like a wrinkled hook? Oh, these guys are not aggressive. Okay. This peculiar device might not have been intended as a weapon, but it's obvious that you could just that in a pinch, swinging a large wicked hook at an enemy, it would have certain advantages over a conventional knife. This can go through shields, which is really cool. Bonus 80% of the target's energy shield. Wow, that's epic. This weapon can perform a cutthroat attack without restrictions, but doing half the bleeding damage. Yeah, quite a good weapon. Okay, okay. Especially for you guys who like knife builds, go for this one. Time to get into the nitty-gritty. Oh, there is a door here. Um, Although I could enter it. Let's see. There's no door over here though. Is it? You don't have to be old to be wise, remember that, and you're golden. I thought I could go into that. Yeah, never mind. Interesting. So we have the chieftain. Well, there are some things you can pick from over here, but I won't bother. This man pays no attention to you since he seems to be engaged in a conversation with the other man. So I have to talk to the mayor. A pair of frowning eyes track you as you make your approach. Before you is a thin, short man wearing a well-made leather vest with finely polished shoulder pads cast out of metal, and his coal-black gloves, leather boots, and pants seem to be of the same high quality. He addresses you with a tone of voice appropriate to his displeased expression. Now, here's an interesting thing. In in the Foundry, you can get quite a lot of good materials to make yourself some of the best armor in the game, especially heavy armor, because of the materials that are being collected here. And even if you fight here, you'll encounter a lot of problems. Even at high levels, Foundry is not easy to take down in comparison to other places. Of course, Core City is quite defended as well in certain areas, but Foundry is far more militaristic in nature. And of course, there are other places that are heavier as well, but I don't know. I always found Foundry quite sturdy. Um, what is the meaning of this? Who are you? Actually, it doesn't really matter anyway. We're busy, so if you could please leave us to our discussion, we would really appreciate it. I apologize for disturbing you, but I need to ask you a couple of questions. Are you the mayor of this place? He briefly exchanges looks with the man standing next to him. Yes, I see where this is heading. Fine, I'm Martin Marshall, and you're right, I'm the mayor of Foundry. The gentleman next to me is Chief Dalton Banner of the Foundry Guard. The chief appearance is quite the opposite of the mayor's, as he is both taller and wide-shouldered, and his mere presence you felt the instant you entered the room. Yet, despite his imposing image, his calm and collected behavior is in contrast to the mayor's so far feverish temperament. Thus, the chief politely nods after having been introduced. Well, then, who are you? I'm Eros. Pleased to meet you both. Eros, then that's all and good indeed. Now that we're perfectly introduced, unless you have something at utmost importance to tell us, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I heard you have problems with some mine creatures. Is there anything I can do to help? I'm sure you did, but please, let me tell you something. Foundry is one of the richest and best defended stations in Lower Underrail. We have so many well-trained and well-armed men and women to take on anyone who tries to disturb us. Why would you need your help? Well, I come from the Southgate station. I'm helping to deal with a number of difficult problems in the past. It's what I do. Let's go with persuasion. Maybe you people are not as tough as you think. If you were, you wouldn't have this problem taken care by now. And maybe I'm the man that can do the job that I can do... Sorry, I'm the man that can do just that for you. I offer my help. You want it? Good. You don't? Your loss. After carefully listening to you, he responds in an unexpectedly calm manner. If you really are so keen on helping us, Eros, then why not give you a chance? You have energy. Alright, as you know, unless you've been living in the most remote cave unknown to humanity, Foundry is the largest exporter of iron in Lower Underrail. What's even better is that our mine is rich not just with iron, but aluminium, titanium, and as of recently, chromium. We've discovered large amounts of it several months ago in the form of chromium ore, chromite ore. Needless to say, as soon as we discovered it, our miners began following the chromite veins, and so a few weeks ago they mined into the new cavern and encountered the very creatures you mentioned. What they saw there was unlike anything we have ever seen or ever heard before. These beings had shells made of rock with metallic blades protruding from their backs. Yes, you heard me right. Shells made of rock. The creatures were aggressive, and we had to bring in the Foundry Guard to deal with them. Now, these creatures, while resilient, were still no match for our brave troops. The true problem revealed itself when the guards encountered the beast. The beast. Yes, the thing may look like its smaller siblings, but it is in fact a four large boulder, a huge monster which stopped the Foundry Guard dead in its tracks. Meanwhile, it is unstoppable, and the guardsmen tried nearly everything. They shot it, burned it, threw grenades at it. Nothing. It's hard rock. Most of the men sent to clear the mine are now dead, and I've had no other option but to order the closing of the mine. The problem will be hurting Foundry real, will be hurting Foundry really fast if we don't find a way to deal with those things. We have days, a week at most, before we run out of ore supplies, after which all production will stop. What can I do to help? We need a solution to this problem, and we would appreciate it if you can help us find one. At one point, we considered using explosives to collapse the tunnels and seal them off, but our mining supervisor advised us against it. What's worse, even though things have been a bit quieter in the mines for a few days now, the rock creatures are emerging from the mines and attacking our citizens. Even though all entrances to the mine are heavily guarded, some people still have gone missing. Mind if I interrupt you for a second, sir? Not at all, Chief. Not at all. I was almost done anyway. Go ahead. As you see, young man, this is a problem which could, if left unsolved, mean the end of Foundry. The mine does not only feed the mouths of those people here, but also secures their production. Do you think the Foundry Guard operates solely on goodwill? If you really want to help us, my suggestion is that you first speak with the only survivor from the unit that was tasked with clearing the mine. He knows more about the creatures than any of us. His name is Saban Mulov, and you can find him at the mine entrance with the other guards. That is just to the east of Metalworks. Why didn't you relieve him of duty? I think he deserves some rest after he's been through. I discussed that with him, but he was adamant about staying in service. He asked to be posted right at the mine entrance, the first line of defense. Brave man, no doubt, and a fine example of to the other guards. Got it. Is that all? Nearly. You might also want to speak to Marcos Banti. He is our mining supervisor. You'll also find him at the mine entrance. He did advise us against collapsing that part of the mine with explosives. But talk to him again. Perhaps you could work out some solutions to the problem. I believe we've gone through everything. I'm on the job. Well and good. Go now and report to us once you have something. So they're kind of desperate. That's why they let us deal with this. Interesting. Now let's go to the next section of the foundry. Foundry is deceptively huge. It might have like this. Let's leave. Is it this place? I'm not even sure. Let's check. Yeah. Let's leave her for later and we'll have some interesting things happening there. Ah, damn it. So many locked doors. Let's try this one. Also, there is a stair over here, so it's easy to miss. And this door. A barrel. Oh, oddity. Now then, let's have a few conversation with Nicholas here. Now, Nicholas is a super interesting character, quite devious. An obviously drunk man staggers about the room. He picks up one of the bottles on the table and begins drinking from it, only to realize it is completely empty. His face deforms in utter disgust as he returns the bottle and steps away from the table. That is when he spots you. Who are you, and what are you doing in my house, huh? Did you knock? Yeah. Well, dang, I heard nothing. I'm so sorry. But where are my manners? Would you like a drink? Sure, I'd appreciate it. You don't want any? Well, that's a shame. You bastard, you hurt me. And a bit odd if you ask me. Uh, he doesn't want a free drink. Haha, silly. More for me enough. He pours himself another drink after finally finding a bottle with some liquor in it. I'm Nicholas, by the way. Nice to meet you. You heard wrong, I said. So, what can I do for you? Huh? Why are you drinking all alone? It's none of your business. You odd person that refuses free drinks. Demon! Ha! Why would I tell anything to you? Well, I have a relative who sat home and drowned his problems with booze. He was found dead in a pool of his own vomit. So, if there's something you wanna talk about, I don't wanna vomit in my life. No, sorry, I don't wanna vomit in my dye. Dye is my vomit. Listen, I'm having some personal issue. He takes another gulp of booze. It's my wife, Olivia. After 20 years of being happily married, it's like someone spilled molten metal all over our marriage. At first we began arguing more and more, and later it got worse and worse. Now we argue over everything. It's unbelievable now. We fight all the time, and she throws stuff at me, and I punched that stupid woman once so hard she fell on the floor. Yeah, that sounds horrible. How can you just start to hate someone after 20 years of marriage? I have no idea. I really don't. But I hate that woman so much now. I don't even really know why it all started happening. What did you say your name was again? It's Eros. So there you go. I feel nothing but pure hate for this muck woman. He seems lost in thought, but after a couple of moments, he starts talking again. It's Unbearable. So much I even plan on killing her. As soon as he mutters those words, his eyes instantly became clear and focused as if he has sobered up in an instant. Tiny drops of sweat start rolling down his face, slowly growing larger and larger. Why didn't you say that right away? I can take care of her for you. For a price, of course. Don't stress yourself over this sleep up woman. That ain't any of my business. I did not hear you correctly, right? Kill her? You drunk oaf? Are you derailed? Well, let's go with the first option and see what happens. This conversation is over. I am very tired. Out, he points to the door. Out, I say. Leave me be alone. Interesting. We'll talk to his wife then, when we find her. Oh, I think there was something here though. Hmm. Borrower poison. I'll take that. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Oh. Please don't be locked. Ah, I hate you. So we'll have some options here to play around with. There's this thing here. I'm not sure if it's a TV, but doesn't look like one. It's like having a camera somewhere. Now these two... Well... I don't care about that. Let's talk to Hugo and Anna. Can't you see we're in the middle of something? Please, I'm in the middle of a conversation. Cuts. Yeah, these guys are fighting, I suppose. No. There is something over there. So let's try to sneak by. Hopefully I will be out of their range. No! Why are you locked? What else? What else? Where's the door to this one? I know there is a door here, but it's so difficult to see. Ah, closed. Well, that is sad. Well, we can actually go over here. And I haven't eaten in days. Stomach growls. Old Mike got his right arm and leg bitten off the other day and died from bleeding. Poor man. You look well fed. Good. So there is a certain thing we can do here, but I'm not gonna take this path. Simply because I wanna show you the other way of doing it. But if you want to shorten the quest, you can do it this way. It's quite a cool thing, cool quest. But I think we'll leave it for the next episode, because it's not easy. But before we do that, we have one more place to visit here. So if we go up these stairs, I can click on them. Have this weird individual. If you go talk to him, a slender finger stands in the way. Who goes there? Eros. Leave. So right now, we won't be able to do much here. But we should remember this place, because it will be very important for us. So again, we will come back to Foundry later on to check this out. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of the other section. Where am I? Come on. I think I was stuck into something. So. This is the foundry where things are being smelted and so on. And there is quite a bit. There isn't really a lot to do here, but it's an important place. And then here we will have one of the strongest smelters in the game, which will be cool. And this is the entrance to the mine. We'll explore those in the future. This one just goes to the main hall, the main section of Foundry. But just I wanted to present you just the graphics, the sheer beauty of this. Well, this is pixel art basically, and look how super detailed and amazing it looks. It's just wow. Wow, 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 wow. Anyway, next time we'll start this quest. And it will be freaking epic. Evelyn. And just as her name suggests, she is very, very delicious. Oh, we have found a door here. Interesting. But we won't jump into it right away. We will talk more about this next time. Okay. Okay, hard save. Okay, you adorable creatures of the beyond. Stay awesome and bye.